So, Islam Makhachev has staph infection, and as it turns out, Dustin Poirier is using magic to manipulate and downgrade his opponents. This is the most logical explanation, and it all started back in the day. I'm gonna show you proof of how he uses magic. So, remember Poirier vs. McGregor 2? Remember the face-off, was a face-off. What happened in the face-off? Yeah, Poirier gave McGregor this suspicious looking hot sauce. Yeah, this hot sauce was enchanted. And what happened after McGregor probably consumed the hot sauce, but even touching the hot sauce would be enough to be enchanted by the magic. So, Poirier, the night after that, sleeps McGregor. He knocks him out. Big upset, wow. But in the third fight, McGregor snaps his leg randomly. Randomly. This has to be a sign of magic, doesn't it? This looks like it. 'Cause this is the most logical explanation. Stepping on your leg and it breaks, it's magic. Also, if you don't believe me, Poirier then fights after he beats Chandler. Chandler was a normal fight. Let's give him that. But Saint Denis has staph infection, and he gasses out, and Poirier knocks him out. Now Poirier fights Makhachev. It probably won't happen, you think, right? His opponent won't have staph infection, right? Well, here you're wrong. Dustin Poirier, did magic again to influence Islam Makhachev. He gave him staph infection, and now Poirier is about to destroy Makhachev. It looks like esoteric steroids is the way to go, I guess. 'Cause explain me, how else do you explain that? It has to be something with voodoo. 'Cause down in Louisiana in the swamps, what are they doing all day? Probably that, yeah. The proof that I promised you, here is the proof. We are breaking down or looking at specific placements of Dustin Poirier's astrological chart. And through his astrological chart, we can see how he wins fights and if he in fact uses magic or is into the occult. So, straight from the get-go, what do we see? We see 12th house. What is the 12th house? 12th house is the house of mysticism, occult, and pretty much this kind of stuff. And which sign is placed in his 12th house? It's Aries. It's Aries, bro. Aries is the planet, is the sign, of war and of athleticism and of sports. And this sits in the house of occultism. And how do we know that Aries is a sign of war? It's basically because Aries is ruled by the planet of Mars, and Mars is the planet of war. And yeah, that's pretty significant. He wins fights through occultism. That's what we see. Oh my god. And I just noticed it now. His Mars is also placed in Aries, which even amplifies his warrior thing, and Mars is even in the 12th, so he has 2 war signs in the house of occultism. This is significant and proof that this individual uses magic to win wars and fights. Is it a bad thing? I don't know. Is it a good thing? I don't know. You be the judge. I am a poirier fan though, and I approve this behavior.